Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method and BORSOG trading. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. In 43 days, we can see a 68.5% probability of a 25 basis point increase in the federal funds rate, up from 65% just 24 hours ago. Looking around global markets, Japan's market did very poorly. Chinese market was down, the Russian market was down, Australia and New Zealand all going down. But what came up? Good old Brazil, the US and Canada. A bit of green in Poland and also Finland. There are very light earnings releases in the main market. Key economic data is light in the lead up to Christmas. Later in the week, consumer confidence is coming out. The final GDP quarter-on-quarter data is also coming out, as are unemployment claims in the US. Let's run the numbers. What we see here is green price. What does that mean about the news headlines? Yeah, they're going to be green as well. What happens on a red day? Yes, red news headlines. Good to keep in mind. Bitcoin is currently up 1.91% to 16,896. Ethereum is up 3.75% to 1217. Each and every day we do the CTKS code, which is our daily three-dimensional risk management code. You know that you control the trade or investment, but the market controls the return. And that return is based on your active learning, your knowledge plus your courage. And the market penalizes blame and gambling. So understanding what the market is doing now, currently it's going up, then seeking to predict what the market could do in 24 hours time, how that will impact your portfolio. What goes down, what doesn't go down or up, what just stays neutral, and what goes up. This is really important to analyze the composition of your portfolio each day and how in sync are you with the market. The market is always trying to desynchronize everyone, and how you make profit in the market is to be synchronized. The desynchronized pay the synchronized in all financial markets. Global markets are currently retracing. There is immense fear about a very nasty COVID wave breaking out in China. As China is the world's factory, when the factory closes, nothing can be produced. And the stocks that is actually left can get much more expensive, thereby adding to inflation pressure. Expenses still need to be paid, and you can see rising cost pressure, inflationary pressures, and the decreased ability to sell all actually bode very badly for the global economy. In the main market, in the past session, we saw fear come out of the market, but we can actually see that the risk on indicator as measured by junk bonds is still coming down. This is showing a lot of people do not want to take on risk inside the market. We can see yields jumping, bond prices declining. The dollar actually came down. When the dollar came down and VIX came down as well, you would expect a fairly significant rally, but we just had a slowing of downward momentum. Absolutely, gold took a bit of a party with that, but the concept is risk on is still very much off the table for the time being. There's very strong demand in Asian markets in the gold market at the present time. When applying the CTKS method standards to gold futures, we can see gold currently trading at 1827 and 90 has actually come up to two smart money sell levels, one at 1832.20 and one at 1829.50, and it's obeyed those very nicely. We can see two smart money support levels, one at 1819.40 and one at 1803.40 as well. Where did these lines come from? They come from the CTKS method, which is a standards-based process to reveal smart money buy and sell levels from any price chart. The standards get away from Retail Indicative Price, or RIP, which puts your money in the ground, and SBA, and what is called story-based analysis. That's why this little fairy is there. The financial markets are incredibly complex, and people tend to only look at one aspect of the financial market and create a story around that. The CTKS method looks at all of price history and analyzes it very, very differently than anything you've ever seen before. That's because we don't want to see a part of the financial elephant in the room. We want to see all of the elephant in its natural surroundings as well. Because these SL lines, or Stanfield levels, they're not drawn from recent price action. They're drawn from ODMS, or Objective Dynamic Market Structure, which basically means they're as close as you can possibly get to understanding where smart money will step in and either sell or buy. There are many ways that you can apply the CTKS method to price charts. What we're looking at here are called SCs, or Stanfield zones. The SC here actually defines an area of high buying probability where the smart money support levels are, and we've seen that that has acted incredibly well to capture price. What we can see is the price has actually sold down quite dramatically. It's just retracing. It's made its way through a smart money resistance level, turned it to support, but there's a lot of overhead resistance in the S&P 500 futures just at the moment. It's currently trading at 38.58. We need to get above 38.83. You can apply the CTKS method standards to any price chart. When we look at Tesla, we can see that we were under some serious overhead stress. The sellers were coming in and selling down. We're starting to reach our next smart money buy target level of 130 and 30 cents. And you can mark up these charts when you learn the CTKS method standards for yourself. Apple is an incredibly important stock, and we can see Apple's being caught by several layers of smart money buy levels. These smart money buy levels slow the momentum down, the negative momentum, and you can see this very strong smart money buy level at 131.89 and 131.66 has so far held the market. If you don't know where these smart money buy or sell levels are, you can only do recent indicative price, or RIP. That's what the market uses to dephase you. The market desynchronizes recent indicative price analysis. You can see that these lines here actually would be support lines under recent indicative price, and we're below there. But what's the true market structure? It's actually this. There's so much support around Apple's current price. It is very, very likely to bounce. However, if you didn't know the CTKS method standard certification process and how to draw these lines, you just wouldn't know this. The CTKS method will help you move from the 95% who guess to the 5% who know. If you pop across to www.ctksmethod.org, there's a little video that will explain what the CTKS method is all about. It's a step-by-step standards-based process to reveal smart money buy and sell levels from any price chart, and updates 270 years of candlestick analysis and simplifies it dramatically. Level 1 certification is where you need to head first, and if you just click on that button, there's a very, very special Christmas deal there for you. But if you just want to get into the charts and have a look where those key levels are, you can join up the CTKS method service. What I have here is just an expression of interest form. It's the ability to lock in $39 per month forever. The normal price is $99 per month. So long as you keep your membership up, you'll be able to see where those deep value levels are inside the markets. You'll be able to know what smart money knows. All you're doing here is just locking in your strictly limited discount. So long as you keep the membership up, you have no problems. It will never ever increase in price. In the future, there will be more levels of this service, but that $39 per month applies to the institutional grade analytical service. You're getting the absolute best. No payments are due until the service is active, and you can always choose not to do it. But if you don't get that locked-in discount, you'll never ever get it again. Knowing where these smart money buy levels and smart money sell levels are inside the market just will give you so much confidence and reduce so much stress and anxiety. And with the service, we mark up the charts to the highest level of integrity, all according to the CTKS Method Standards Certification process. And as the inventors of the CTKS method, we know what we're doing. We know that from inside the masterclass, Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity, and no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity either. That's why we must look across interdependent markets all the time. Total crypto market cap is currently $771.67 billion, and when we look at this, we can see that we're below two smart money sell levels at $799.2 billion and $808.01 billion. Where's the next level of structural support inside the market? It's at $707.8 billion. This means that we really need to see the crypto market turn around and start to challenge these upward levels, or we may actually be subject to a lot of negative momentum. If you're just in the stock market, you can use crypto as an absolute bellwether as to where the main markets could go. Crypto is incredibly good at predicting turnarounds. Bitcoin is the undisputed ruler of the crypto market. As Bitcoin goes, so too do 99% of cryptos. But Bitcoin's gravity will drag everything in its wake eventually. Bitcoin is currently trading at 16,873. We can see a smart money buy level below at 16,653, a smart money sell level above at 17,426. And where did the options markets have Bitcoin going? 2 days ago, we saw the options market predicting that the price of Bitcoin would come down to a lower max pain level of around 16,500 and then recover later in the week. That first initial leg was put in. Then the next day, the options market moved max pain around, and we would expect that actual prices would come up and then continue up, but not to the same degree as what they were previously. Max pain in the options market is always changing, and please don't use it as gospel. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Right now, it's doing not too badly. The natural question would be, where are the options pointing to for the next couple of days? We can see that the max pain level has actually been dropping. And in a couple of days, it's expected to be 16,000 and then recover up to this 17,000 mark later in the week, where $241 million of options are set to expire. But please note, these intervening max pain levels are very low. And what that means, when I say low, I mean that they're not great values. They're not hundreds of millions. The $16,000 max pain level is only $10 million, so just keep this in mind. But the markets are pricing in negative momentum for the next couple of days, plus a recovery later in the week. And what I've said previously, max pain moves around all over the place. That's why I actually do this analysis for you, so that you can see for yourself. The last time we had a really big options expiration, it was 329 million in options. We saw Bitcoin coming up and up and up, and this 329 option expiration just didn't change over time. We expected the market to come down, and it came down. When we've got a lot of high volume and a lot of high value option expirations, that could give us a fairly reasonable ping on where the market could go. But remember, there's no certainty. And that is exactly why we do our daily three-dimensional risk management code. Where we're going, Marty, we don't need certainty. You don't need certainty. You just need a strategy to profit from uncertainty. In case you missed the reference, that was Back to the Future, when Doc landed his DeLorean and actually took off. We don't need roads in the future, Marty. And we certainly don't need certainty, because certainty comes with a lot of problems. Certainty governs Zone 1 and Zone 2, the panic and the blame zone. Certainty is not your best friend when it comes to financial analysis and financial investing and trading. What the problem is, certainty breeds a story-based analysis, and we've moved past stories. If people are certain, they can up their position sizes and wipe their accounts out. Instead, we move to Zone 3 and Zone 4. Zone 3 and Zone 4 are the probability and rule zones. These are the zones when we've learned that certainty does not help. It actually crushes your returns. That's why all you need is a strategy to profit from uncertainty. And the first strategy is doing this daily three-dimensional risk management code. And well done to everybody who pops in their daily three-dimensional risk management code. Being right or being wrong is not the issue. It's all about getting into synchronization. One thing that we know from the CTKS Creed, we know that all results come from the mind. A better mind creates better outcomes. And one of the key things that we always do, we either win or learn, but we never blame. We just learn. Blame stops learning. In financial markets, if you blame, you're going to get angry. If you get angry, you're going to lose your inner peace, and probably your outer peace as well, and the market will whack you for that. That's why we say, I never let a problem beat me, I solve it with positive excellence. The options market is currently indicating a leg down. This may or may not actually happen. It's happened the past couple of days. It's been accurate. Max Payne has been accurate for the past 2 days, but that doesn't mean it's going to be accurate for today. Please just bear this in mind. Right now, the market does not know what it's doing. When we look at the longs and the shorts inside Bitcoin, the Bitcoin longs and the Bitcoin shorts, the Bitcoin longs were coming out of the market because they were getting wiped out. But the Bitcoin shorts are not just piling into the market, they're being very, very cautious about things. Over the past 24 hours, there's been 75.14 million in total liquidations across a very modest 25,141 positions. And when we look at total liquidations across the past 24 hours, about 55% has been long. What about 12 hours? About 63% short. What about the past 4 hours? 62% short. And the past hour, turning around, 57% long. The longs and the shorts are always liquidating each other. You can also see that when it comes to total liquidations, this is a really small amount. It's pretty tiny, but overall the shorts were more liquidated than the longs. Coming back to Bitcoin's analysis, that you can see this is a short liquidation spike. When a spike occurs, it can turn the other way. So what the options market is basically saying, it expects the longs to get liquidated and then the shorts to pile in on these positions, and then the market will liquidate them back up to the options expiration on Friday. The greatest gainers in the past 24 hours, OKB, GMX, Kava, XDC, Flow, HD, and Balancer. The greatest losers in the top 100, Chain, USDN, Curve, EGLD, ZAC, Osmo, and Leo. Over the time period under analysis, when looking at the top 8, Bitcoin has come up 0.49%, Ethereum outmatching Bitcoin, up 3.37%. We can see Tether, the not so stable coin, and they're all not stable, is fluctuating around all over the place, and it's fluctuating wildly, just like literally second on second. USDC is a little bit more stable but has wider fluctuations, especially to the downside. When we look at BNB has come up 2%, not as much as ETH. And BUSD is just fluctuating. Not too much, actually, just actually much tighter than Tether's fluctuations. And looking at XRP, that's down 0.43%. Doge is down 5.15%. There's the potential that Elon will step down as the CEO of Twitter. He put a poll out and basically the majority said, Elon, go back to Tesla. And Elizabeth Warren is loving that because she's saying, Elon, you should be at Tesla. When looking at stable coins, and we need to keep these in mind because we've seen a big outflow in BUSD as the Binance exchange came under a lot of scrutiny and a lot of pressure. We can see that those outflows have slowed down of late. Current market capitalization of BUSD is 18.429 billion. And when we look at Circle, that's coming down a little bit as well. What is actually coming up? Tether is coming up. Turning to the next date, we can see ADA over that same time period is down 16.76%. Matic is down 13.35%. DAI stablecoin is just wobbling around, as DAI does. DOT is down 13.4%. Tron is done really well, only down 0.8%. SHIB is down 6.15%. Litecoin is down 16.17%. And Solana is down 12.53%. It's incredibly important to understand Bitcoin structure and where it could be headed, because Bitcoin will actually move 99% of the alts in that direction. The options market is expecting this kind of action. Let's see if it actually plays out. As a community, as a global family, we subscribe to positive excellence. All these words in these green boxes give you a beautiful life, one of fulfillment, meaning, happiness, and success. Yesterday, we spoke a little bit about outer peace. In Zone 1 and Zone 2, there's no outer peace and there's no inner peace. Therefore, rational decision-making can go out the window. Synchronization with the market is not even thought about. Three-dimensional risk management just doesn't hit the radar. Using rules and probability, no, I'm just going to put the money down and it's going to pay me back. It's guaranteed. Unfortunately, these are myths. One way to create outer peace and inner peace is to use the CTKS method for charting. It takes all the emotion out of it. And thank you, TSP, for your very kind comment. Tiana said, we can control the trade, but not the market. And Fab said, there's a lot of turbulence in the markets, especially in China. So being prepared for more downside risk is something that we need to do. And it looks like the options market is actually pricing that in. And well done, Dinesh. I now have the rest of the day tomorrow to dedicate to drawing lines in CTKS. Well done, my friend. And J-Link said outer peace will absolutely bring profit, because when you're too busy replaying the conflict in your head and thinking about ways to come back, you can't make money. And welcome, talented girl, to our global family. TSP said you need to have inner peace in order to get outer peace. And that's a fantastic thing for us to focus on today. How do you get inner peace? Ivan said, outer peace is when you choose not to react before the life or market event hits you. It is indeed a choice, and we control our own anger and, of course, our own happiness. Outer peace is a skill that comes from inner peace. Thank you for your very kind comment, Ivan. Sinman said, when it comes to trading, finding outer peace can be difficult. Contemplating many opposing opinions is a recipe for making trading mistakes and costing you money. Best to block out the noise from the crowd and let the charts do the talking. Sinman says that our YouTube channel here is the most peaceful place in crypto by far. Thank you, Sinman. Andre had a really insightful comment. Outer peace gets amplified by all the hard lessons and inner work you do each and every day. It's absolutely correct. Thank you for sharing, my friend. Inner peace is such an incredibly important thing, and especially at this time of year, it's not called the silly season for no reason. If you're finding that things are upsetting you, just dig into your inner peace. If you don't have inner peace, maybe we could talk about ways to get inner peace in the comments. I think it's a really important thing to discuss, especially at this time of year. I'm very much looking forward to your comments and thoughts. Part of the CTKS method is the CTKS Creed, which primes our mind for profitability and happiness in life. These are a series of positive affirmation statements you just say to yourself. They're important because they get rid of fear and install courage. Acting on fear creates the fear. We don't want to do that. We need to act with courage, but also knowledge. Here is the creed. I know the universe wants me to succeed. Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities in life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. And I never let a problem beat me because I solve it with positive excellence. If you have family or friends who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye for now.